Welcome back to Table Talk.
Well, now that Thanksgiving is over, we can get back to talking about my favorite holiday season, Christmas.
Yes.
We've been talking about it for so long before Thanksgiving, but now we're past that and we can do Christmas.
Yes, and now it is your time to shine.
Yes, it is.
I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
Thank you.
And there is no better way to kick off that than to visit the Christmas Wonderland in Frankenmuth, Bronner's.
This morning we are doing a 3-part Table Talk on the Road segment, and this hour we're joined by Maria Bronner Satoric to talk all about the magic this store has to offer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for being
We
here.
are so excited to be here.
I'm excited.
Wonderful.
Yes.
This is my first time.
That is amazing. Yeah.
I've been here before, so not my first time, but still just as magical as my first
Oh,
time.
beautiful.
So let's just start by talking a little bit about the history of Bronner's itself.
Okay, well, Bronner's actually didn't start out as a Christmas store. It actually started out in sign painting, and my father started that in 1845, which was his high school graduation year. He was doing painting in his parents' basement of signs. And he eventually, over the years, met my mother, and they were courting at the time, and the whole story came about because he was window decorating in Bay City, Michigan, at the Jennison hardware store, and some merchants from Clare, Michigan came in wondering where they could buy some Christmas decorations. And the owner of the hardware store said, gee, I really don't know, but why don't you ask the window trimmer who was doing signs and displays? And they went over to talk to my dad, and he said, well, gosh, I don't really know either, but I can probably make you some. And that's how the whole thing started. So it started more for cities, malls, shopping centers, and that kind of thing, and eventually evolved into the home market, which is what most people know today.
Wow, that's incredible. The story is just as magical as the place itself. A love story, a good Christmas story. I mean,
Sounds like the Hallmark Channel.
my favorite place to watch Christmas movies right now. So yes, I love it.
And speaking of the magic, I've never been here before, so tell me what makes this place so magical.
Well, of course, Christmas is the most magical time of the year, you know, depending how you feel about Thanksgiving and whatnot. But anyway, we have just a season of joy that we're able to experience year-round, whether it's the music or the excitement people have, special memories from their families and traditions. And I think they bring that all with them when they're here and have it in their hearts, and they can hum along to the music while they're here and get festive.
Yes, who doesn't want to sing along to Christmas music while doing some Christmas shopping for decorations, presents, you name it? Just
Absolutely.
fantastic.
I was
I even have
definitely
Christmas music on in the morning.
Oh, I know. It's the best way to start your day.
Michaela's in heaven right now.
I am literally in heaven. I love this. So what can people experience when they come here? The store is huge. There's so much to look at and so much to do, but what are some of the highlights?
Well, of course, we're known for personalized ornaments, so you can get your name hand-painted on an ornament or lettered or stitched on a stocking if you wish. We, of course, now have Santa. Thankfully, we're able to have Santa back. We had to have a couple-year hiatus with Santa with all the pandemics and things, but he entered back at Thanksgiving weekend, and we expect him to be here through December 24th. So,
Awesome.
yes.
So exciting.
And of course, there's all kinds of magic village collectibles. If you like the little lighted villages, if you like nativities, you can pick a new piece every year and add to your set. Lights, and you name it. We've pretty much got anything you can think of for Christmas. Trees, of course, yeah, but not the real ones.
Not the real ones. Well, tell me, you know, seeing all these families walk around, they're getting their Christmas ornaments and decorations and stuff. How do you feel just seeing everyone coming together inside of your store?
Well, it's beautiful, actually. We hear sometimes that there's a tradition for families. Maybe their grandmother was the first one that brought them here, and grandma was coming when she was young. So it's a family tradition for many, and it's a beautiful thing to see, the smile on visitors' faces and just the awe and wonder, and especially the children's eyes, I think.
Oh, absolutely. The Christmas cheer on people's faces.
Absolutely. If they don't come in with a smile, hopefully they leave with one.
Exactly.
I will definitely be leaving with
Yes,
one.
yes.
We came in with a smile.
We came with one, and we are leaving with a bigger one.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, like we talked about, this is going to be a 3-part segment, so you are not going to want to miss this. But before we go, thank you so much again for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so
and
much.
we're just so excited
Thank you
to be
for
here.
having us. and
Yes.
we're happy to join you in December.
Yes, thank you. Yes. And so now we are going to go shopping a little bit for ourselves.
And trust me, you won't want to miss what we pick out. We'll be right back. Welcome back to part 2 of this week's Table Talk on the Road. We are at Bronner's in Frankenmuth.
The Christmas Wonderland of Michigan.
Yes.
And I am in heaven. Well, if you missed part 1, we talked all about the history of the store, but now we are getting down to the most exciting part and one of the big reasons why we came here. We are going shopping. Where do we go first?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one says so many books.
Where? Do I like that one the best? Or should I get a stack of books? I'm buying it.
Get it.
Yes. Pick number 1.
Check.
You like this one?
Yeah.
Or you like the one that lights up? Meow.
It's that one.
Okay, that one's cheaper also, so love that for me. Oh, wait, this is it.
Oh,
Lauren,
this one's for you.
I want to sing to a Christmas song while we go, but this one doesn't have words.
Oh my gosh, look at this one.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Santa! This little glasses! Santa! Should I get matching SpongeBob and Patrick ornaments?
Yeah. You can't get SpongeBob without Patrick.
That's what I'm saying, and they're so cute.
I don't see it.
So cute. They really do have everything.
And Bronner's. Tiana Jenkins, Fox 47 News. Santa loves me.
I sure hope he does. How to catch Santa. This has some great tips for journalists, some great questions. How do you squeeze down a chimney? Never would have thought of that as a reporter.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think I want to get an ornament made.
Who's it for?
My boyfriend.
It's an avocado. Thanks.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that was a lot of fun, but we are not done shopping yet.
No, we are not. And coming up in the next hour, we will be shopping some more, but for each other this time, picking out the most random ornament we can find for one another. And you won't want to miss it.
Not at all. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to part 3 of Table Talk on the Road at Bronner's in Frankenmuth.
We are wrapping things up by still shopping, but this time we are finding the most random ornament for each other.
Yes, we are. You ready?
Yeah, this is
All right.
going to be interesting.
It is. Let's go. We're going to find Tiana's random ornament.
I want to find something that reminds me of Michaela.
I saw this a while ago, but we're going back to get it.
Huh. Let's see.
It's not super random. It definitely fits her if you know her. It's gonna be a fun one.
So I can't do that.
No, I thought it was something about the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, but no, never mind.
This is definitely Michaela. So what are you doing for Christmas?
It's perfect. She's gonna love this one. She's gonna laugh.
This is me, 1,000%.
Tiana has a recent obsession with getting small tattoos. She has like, I think 3 or 4 now, and she just says that she wants to keep going back and getting more.
This is me. I love tattoos. I need to get more.
Between like last July to now, where she's gotten the 3 or 4 that she has, and she still wants more. So this is it.
That's all she talks about. Cats. Cats, 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 cats. B, 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 B. Cat lady.
So we got each other our ornaments, and we're ready for the big reveal.
Okay.
Are you excited? I'm excited.
I'm
Okay.
excited.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh! Wait a minute.
I love it.
He has video of me saying, this is me.
This is perfect. I literally almost picked this up like 5 times. So that's great. Do we know each other or what? Like seriously. If you can't tell that we're actually friends after this video, I don't know what more will convince you, because we legit know each other so well.
Michaela, I literally looked at this and said, wow, this is me. And he just recorded me and didn't even tell me.
He knew. He knew.
Of course not.
He knew. All right, well, that completes part 3 of Table Talk on the road this week, and we had so much fun. I had so much fun. Did you have so much fun?
I have so much fun.
We will definitely be back, that's for sure.
Yes.
And thank you for sticking with us for these last 3 hours. And I don't want to say have a good Christmas, because that's still weeks away, but come visit this before Christmas.
We'll be back after this.
Welcome back to Table Talk on the road.
We are joined by Chris Sturgill, and we are at the Stimson Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
We have an exciting day ahead of us today. We are going on a ghost hunt, but before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of this place. So, Chris, I'm going to turn that over to you. There's a long history, so...
I'll make it brief. Okay, so the building was actually built as a mansion and was finished in 1874. It was built by a man named John Swayze, who is actually a con artist who had been kicked out of New York for his favorite con, which was moving into a town, establishing a small business, getting a bunch of people to invest their money, and then just leaving town with their money. And this would have been 1850s, 60s, so you could get away with stuff like that in those days. But if you think back, that was also the Wild Wild West days, so you could get shot in the back for that as well, which probably should have happened to that guy. So he moved into Eaton Rapids and decided to build a mansion and get a better class of suckers to establish his con. So he built a hardware store downtown and got a bunch of investors and borrowed a bunch of money very deeply to finish the building. Everything was state-of-the-art, so it was very expensive. His investors called him out on the loans, and he was unable to pay them, so he defaulted on his mortgage and got run out of town. He lit the building on fire on his way out, even though that was never proven, and then just headed out west somewhere where he eventually died. The new owners rebuilt the house, and everything was great, and it was a mansion until 1918, when a nurse named Harriet Chapman decided she wanted to have a local hospital. She brought out the funds, knocked on the guy's door, and asked if he would let her buy it for a hospital, and within 30 days, all of his belongings were gone, and they started construction, on the building. It took about 6 months, and it was completed, and they actually had their first patients.
Wow, that's amazing. And that's just a brief history.
That's very brief.
Because we went over all this, and there's a lot to go over here. But yes, so I know this place is a little bit haunted. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's more than a little bit haunted. So between 3,600 and 4,000 people were born here, and we've established roughly 2,500 plus people died here, closer to 3,000 just by research we've done, and the wife has done most of that. So that's a lot of energy coming and going for a small structure, and it still remains to this day.
Absolutely.
So tell us, what is the creepiest thing that you have experienced?
Probably the creepiest thing we've experienced would be shadow figures and disembodied voices, equipment being moved on the floor upstairs that's no longer there. I mean, things like that.
Amazing. Well, thank you for giving us this history of this building. And stick with us because we are going to go on a ghost hunt and we will be right back.
Welcome back to Table Talk on the Road.
This morning we are joined by Brad and Brenda McCulca, who are paranormal investigators taking us on our ghost hunt this morning.
And guess what, guys? We are going to the basement of Stimson Hospital to check out the morgue, which was once abandoned. I'm definitely not going first.
Oh, let me go ahead.
You didn't believe me?
Here's scratches on this side here. So that was the elevator shaft,
Yes.
and then this is the morgue.
As soon as everyone's ready, we will go dark. We're picking up something by your feet.
Right.
It's laying down, just right there.
Of course.
But what I find interesting is it's laying down,
Yeah.
which this is the morgue. I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
Michaela, no.
What?
Over here. Yep. Yep, it's right there.
If one of us stood where she is, would it still be there?
It's possible.
Let's
Yeah,
switch.
yeah, it's
Michaela,
very possible.
Let's switch.
It's standing in front of you.
It's sorry,
It's standing
right side
in front
up.
of you. It's like up, right side up. Cold spots are the local, very small, usually areas, and that will be a spirit because the spirit is taking the energy from the air. Oh, I'm sorry, he's taking the warmth from the air as energy, and it creates a cold spot. Her whole leg was blue a second ago. When we were here in August, I sensed that there was a child in this hallway. She's dressed in a hospital gown. Okay. Her hair is like, disheveled, like it has to be combed.
It's like really cold right there.
Just pull it right.
Oh!
Can you feel it?
My goodness.
She's in front of you right now. And if you can see on the thermal imaging right here,
She's touching her
Oh my
hand.
goodness.
there is a blue light going towards her hand right now.
Hi, little girl. Can you give us your name?
Oh,
What did you say?
I think it said Anne. Help.
Like coldness wrapping around my hand.
Michaela's here all red, but between you and the post, black.
So something's with her.
Yeah, well, there's something there. Yeah. Let me take a picture.
All right, well, this wraps up part 1 of our ghost hunting experience.
Make sure you stick around. You won't want to miss part 2.
Welcome back to part 2 of our ghost hunting experience.
We are back with Brad and Brenda, and you are not going to want to miss part 2 of this ghost hunt. Let's go.
Between you and the post, black.
So something's with her.
Yeah, well, there's something there. Yeah. Let me take a picture. No, stay there. It's black.
Yeah, stay there,
It's
Michaela.
black.
Stay over there.
Michaela is perfectly, red and stuff. But then over here, see, oh, now it's gone. You are safe. So the boiler room has history also of a black shadow coming out from the wall, hugging the person sitting on the steps.
I'm gonna go sit on the steps.
Okay, I'm feeling cold air.
Is he coming in?
I'm not sure. But I can feel it right now. It's like right in front of us right here.
It's like right
In
here.
front, yep.
There's something touching my neck. Is it? Yeah.
Oh no. My necklace.
What?
You feel something in it?
Okay, so my necklace has been close to my chest and it went like doop.
Oh, nice. That's their way of getting your attention.
Not nice. Don't touch my necklace. Okay, but why did my necklace do that?
Because something grabbed it.
What the heck?
It's not uncommon to have like your pant leg pulled or your shirt pulled, your hair touched, and the necklace is being touched. That's just their way of getting your attention. No, I don't want to freak you out, Michaela, but you can't see him. He is right behind this doorway here. He keeps on peeking out.
To see what we're doing?
Yeah. Your back should start, if it's not already, it should be cold. He's kneeling down behind you.
What? What?
Yeah. Don't move. You might scare him away.
Can you touch your hand?
He's hesitant. He's directly behind her, and he's like squatting down like this. He has a white gown on. He's barefoot. He's coughing.
Dad.
He isn't a doctor. He was a patient.
He was a patient?
He's a patient. Yeah, he's still behind you.
My back feels really tight.
Does it like hurt?
No, it just feels like almost like I can't move, but it's not.
Oh, he might be trying to get her energy.
Which is possible. Which is not a bad
It's
thing.
like my spine.
The spirits will drain you, especially if you have experiences. If you feel drained, eat sweets. You have 2 behind you now, Michaela.
Can you take my headphones off?
Too.
The child's here.
That would be insane.
The baby's back.
Yeah,
I felt something touch me.
it's her. She has the white gown, uncombed hair.
The little girl?
Yeah, she's back here too.
What's his name?
I'll see if I can find out what it is. She's saying her name is Mary.
That's a good one.
That's a cute name.
And the gentleman, he's saying that his name is Philip.
Mary and Philip.
Philip or Philip, Philip. I don't think that he can draw any more energy.
It feels a little like it lifted,
He's backing up a little bit.
like it's still in like my lower back, but it's not through my whole spine anymore.
If Philip has left,
I think
he is gone.
Well, that is the end of our ghost hunting experience, and I will say, I'm a believer.
I am 100% a believer after tonight. I was a believer before, though.
Okay, but after what we experienced tonight, I'm a believer 1,000%. Little baby, little girl, Philip, thanks for coming around. And we'll see you guys after this short break.
Welcome back to Table Talk.
Well, there's not much snow on the ground yet, but winter is here.
And with Christmas quickly approaching, we are helping you get into the holiday spirit.
Last week we went to Bronner's, but this week we're getting into the spirit a little closer to home.
Yes, we are, which is exciting. And so today we're joined by Farmer Ed at Peacock Road Family Farms in Langsburg for all your local Christmas needs. Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Thank
and
you for
thanks
joining
coming.
us. Yes, we're so excited to be
Oh,
here.
Great. So am I.
Good.
Beautiful weather. What a great
It
day.
is, and we don't have much of this in Michigan, for very long.
We have a
so.
lot of nice days here.
I know.
It ain't all bad.
I know. Especially this winter. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been beautiful.
So tell us a little bit about the history of your farm here.
Well, when I was about 40, I used to love to ride motorcycle. I was raised on a small farm. And Sunday mornings was my best. Riding through the countryside, I'm watching the farmers do their farm thing, and I thought, man, maybe I'm missing life. Well, I had a next door neighbor that was a retired Christmas tree farmer. One day he's out in his yard, and I go over to John, I think I'm going to buy a farm. He took his pipe out and shook it at me and said, let me show you the tree business. So that's why we're a Christmas tree farm. I bought the farm in 1985. 94 was the first year we had any trees. It takes about 10 years to grow the trees. And a local teacher from Grand Ledge came out, bought a tree, came up and said, Ed, can I bring my class out for a little tour? So I did that little wagon ride tour for her, and that has grown into about 12,000 students a year will visit us on our school program. And maybe about 25 years ago, a young man worked for me, Jeff, lived right down the road, came up and said, Ed, I'm going to get married in 2 weeks. Can I use your old barn? It was all trashed. He picked it up, set straw bales around, had a simple ceremony. Now we're doing about 50 weddings a year. So we're in the Christmas business. We also are into what's called agritourism. And I have a theory about agritourism. I hope I'm not talking too much.
No, No,
I have
love
a theory
the
about
story.
agritourism. You know, 150 years ago or 100 years ago, our ancestors, most of their life was preparing food, hunting, growing, canning. Well, that's all gone today. We all go to Myers and Kroger's, but that DNA is still here. So people like to come to the farm just to be on a farm with the freedom, and that's kind of my theory. That's what we're doing. Agritourism, it's called.
I love it. The farm is beautiful
It's
also.
beautiful.
It's a perfect venue for weddings and schools to come and check it out. It's beautiful.
It's been a lot of fun setting it. I mean, it's taken me, 30 years or so, but every year we add something. It's been fun to put it together. Yep.
Speaking of fun, I've been here before, but for people who haven't, can you please tell us all the fun things that we can do here?
Well, yes, of course, getting a Christmas tree. Now, this year, our fields there's a national shortage of Christmas trees. It's all over, and we're pretty limited in the fields. People can still go out and find one, but they're going to have to work hard. We're pretty well picked over. We have a lot of what we call pre-cut trees. But while they're here, we have our Santa Claus. We have a train that goes back in the woods to the North Pole and to see Santa Claus. We got a big, I call it a barnyard fun park, where there's slides, all kind of farm equipment, a big combine, a fire truck, a school bus, kids jump on. And we have some people like call it a petting zoo, but I call it the barnyard. There's about 100 animals, farm animals down there. And we got a big re-shop, and we have a lot of food venues. We got 4 or 5 different places for food. So folks will come here and spend 3-4 hours
Wow.
while they're getting their tree.
What is your favorite activity here?
Watching the kids have time. And you know,
I love
know
it.
when I do that, when I feel good, when a mom's carrying the little one out and it's screaming, "Mommy, I don't want to go,"
Oh.
and he's crying. I know I've done my job.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
amazing.
it's really neat to be you know, when you're a Christmas tree farmer, you're a big part of their happiest day of their life.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So speaking of that, the happiest day of people's lives on Christmas, a big part of it is picking out that perfect Christmas tree.
Yep.
So what are some tips on picking the perfect Christmas tree, and then on top of that, also cutting down a Christmas tree?
Well, everybody's got a different vision of what the perfect tree is. I think the main thing is to be sure that you don't get it too big. A lot of people, it's like they grow on the way home, you know. Dad says, "What did you pick that big tree out for? Our ceiling's only so high." So make sure you don't get it too high. And then when you cut it, make sure there's 3 things you want to do. Is to get it home and put a fresh cut on the bottom, because the sap seals up the little veins the tree has and it won't take up water. And you keep it watered, and don't set it right over a register. Those are the 3 things. And it'll last through the season for you.
Awesome. That's great. Well, it's never too late to get a Christmas tree in the season. You know, we're still early, still weeks away from Christmas, and you know, this is a lot of people's tradition. So come check out this place. It's pretty awesome.
Well, I hope they do. And gosh, guys, I'm just honored that you came here to let me show people the farm.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
Okay.
And now we're going to send it to a short break, and we will be right back.